today we are going to study about working with database, Jdbc. Okay, we also a part of unit 1, that is Jdbc is nothing but Java database connectivity, and we are going to work from servlet to database. Means the connection of servlet is being done to database by using Jdbc connectivity. It is Java database connectivity. Okay, so here first of all, what is the meaning of Jdbc? Now Jdbc is nothing but it is a traditional client server model and has a geo on the client, on the database, on the server. So here for database connectivity we are going to use servlet, and then servlet is being connected to the database. Okay, so here the client, the GUI, that is graphical user interface, is being present at the client side, and the database is being present at the server side. Means overall information, overall database is being stored at server. So client can send a request to retrieve the information from the database. Okay, now in this model a Jdbc driver is deployed on the client. So here Jdbc is one of the driver, that is Java database connectivity, which we can use on the client side. Okay, then programmer can write the applications in Java programming languages. Okay, and can use and can access any database using standard SQL statements. So here they can first of all they write the application. So here we have taken an example of servlet. Now servlet is in Java programming language. Okay, now these servlets we are going to use to connect to the database, and by using the SQL standard statement we are going to execute the overall applications. Okay, so here is nothing but one of the Java database architecture. Okay, so Jdbc, here the technology that enables database access and manipulation is called as a Java database connectivity. So database access, so here we can retrieve the data from through Jdbc. By using servlet through Jdbc we can access the database and manipulate overall the data also. Means we can retrieve the data also, and we can access the data from the database also. Okay, so here in this Jdbc architecture it consists of two parts, that is core application programming interface, that is Java SQL package. Okay, and next part is Jdbc optional package API, that is Java X.SQL package. Okay, so here Java SQL package is nothing but Java SQL package is nothing but this API is a core API that is compatible with any driver that uses Jdbc technology. Okay, and then Java X.SQL package is an optional package of API, okay, which extends the overall functionality of Jdbc API from the client side API to the server side API, and it provides a result set and the cursor support also, which has been involved in Java X.SQL package. Then next these are the members of Java.SQL package. Okay, that is driver manager, driver interface, connection interface, statement interface, result set interface, prepared statement interface, and result set metadata interface. Okay, so one by one we'll go towards it. So next point is accessing a database with Jdbc, which can be summarized in the 4 steps. That is, step 1 is load a Jdbc database driver. Okay, if you want to access a particular database, we need to get a Jdbc driver from the database. Okay, now Jdbc driver interface is nothing but act as an interface between a particular database and the server. Okay, so to access the database we are going to use Jdbc driver. Okay, now these JDBC driver can be available in the popular database like Oracle database, to Cbase, Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL. Most commonly we use Microsoft SQL, MySQL. Okay. The next point is creating a connection. After we register a JDBC driver, once a JDBC driver has been registered with driver manager, okay, we can go through the connection point, okay, to the database. So once the driver has been installed, driver has been used, okay, accessed, the connection we can create it to the database. Now in JDBC, a database connection next point is creating a connection. Okay, we just wanted to create a connection. Once the driver is been loaded, we are going to create the connection. So in the database connection is represented by Java SQL connection interface. So when we do the programming, we use this package, that is Java SQL dot connection interface. Okay, so driver manager class get connection method is used to obtain a connection object. So through get connection method we can access the object. Okay, so this is nothing but the syntax connection. This is nothing but the object of connection class, okay, equal to driver manager dot get connection. Now we are going to access the connection, so therefore we are going to retrieve the connection. So therefore we are going to use get connection. Then JDBC ODBC, this is nothing but the name of the driver, JDBC and ODBC. Then marketing data, okay, that is, this is nothing but the name and the password. Okay, so after we register, so here the connection object obtained through the driver manager class, that is get connection method, is an open connection, so we can use to pass our SQL statement to the database server. Okay. Next point is create statement. So in create, step 3 is create statement. As after we have a connection, okay, we can go past the statement also to execute the query. Okay, so we need to create another JDBC object also, that is called as a statement. So for that purpose, as we know, we have to pass a statement. So for that purpose we are going to create the object of statement here, and then we can initialize it connection dot create statement. So to execute the statements, we need to create the statement object. Okay, so here is nothing but one of the statements, that is public int execute update. So whatever the query is there, we can use it by using the execute update. Okay, then results, public results set, select execute query string SQL through SQL connection exception. Okay, so here we use this method in a statement class interface to manipulate our data or data structure. Okay, so there are two important methods, that is execute update and execute query. Okay, so number of statements can be accessed by using these two methods, whether we can use execute update or whether we can use execute query. It depends on the statement. Then next method is creating a result set. Okay, now a result set is nothing but it is a representation of a database table that is returned from this statement object. So once we pass a particular statement and in that program, okay, it retrieves the output, retrieves the value which are present in records in the database. It retrieves the record which are present in the database. That is nothing but the result set. Okay, to access the first row of the result set, we need to call the next method of the result set interface. Okay, so next method we can access the first row of result set. Okay, and then the next method moves the cursor to the next row, which can return either true or false. False if it is not present, and true if it is present. It will go towards the next. Then this is nothing but one of the syntax of SQL results, that is result set. Okay, so string SQL is equal to select first name last name from user. Okay, so user is nothing but one of the database is being present. Okay, one of the table is present in database. Okay, in that the record first name and last name are present. Okay, then so for that purpose we are going to use the select first name. We want to retrieve the first name and last name from user table. Okay, so we have taken SQL object. In that overall query will be go on working. Okay, now result set, this is nothing but the object of result set, which is equal to statement dot execute query SQL. So in SQL object, this query is being present here. Okay, now we had called this object by using execute query to execute this query. Okay, once the query get execute, okay, it will follow result set dot next. If it has number of rows, number of records, then this for loop will go on retrieving overall data. Okay, that is first name and last name. Okay, thank you.